our guest has joined us already, Adeniyi Ifetayo, a media analyst. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Adeniyi Ifetayo.
Yeah, good morning. It's my pleasure. And good morning from Kigali.
Aha! How is Kigali this morning?
Yeah, it's calm. Mountain view is okay. It's calm. Yeah.
Interesting one. Happy New Month. Happy New Month.
Same to you. Same to you. Same to you guys.
Right. So
Well done.
we're bringing some of the challenges in Nigeria to you in Kigali. Right. We're going to be discussing it this
But,
morning. Right.
bring it on.
Okay.
They are brothers.
Let's kick off with the major story on all the national dailies. It's a major read on all the national dailies this morning, talking about petrol scarcity. You know, no end in sight as petrol scarcity worsens, just as the economy is gasping for breath. The Punch newspaper puts it this way: petrol scarcity set to worsen as NNPCL admits $6 billion debt. Now, seeing this headline, now there's a conversation as well in regards to subsidy. I'm trying to get that paper out. That's the Vanguard newspaper saying that subsidy to hit 5.4 trillion naira in December 2024. All of these concerns, I would like to get your reaction to it, considering the fact that subsidy was set to have been removed last year, May.
It's just funny that I thought, was it about a week ago when NIPC PLC also to say declare profit
Yes.
in trillions. Yeah. So it beats my imagination. What is going on here? Is it a case of the more you look, the less you see? And it is high time they call them to question. If you are telling me that we're in profit in trillions of naira, yes, I know it's one of the agencies that fund the budget, but come on, if you are talking about trillions of naira and you are telling me we are still owing so much, or we are in debt of so much, before you declare your profit, I thought the cost of production, overhead expenses, all those things will have been taken care of before you can say, okay, this is my net profit. So I think the Grafty Agency, EFCC, and all of that should swing to action that we need to see your paper. Don't just be telling us figures, or just we need to know what comes in, what goes out, who are the people you are paying. In the last 3 weeks, who took over the trillions of naira that you are telling me that we are owing money? That aside, and also telling me about the fuel is just sometimes you drive and you just see queue that even I was coming, was 2 days ago, yes, via Third Bridge. I was going to the island, of course, and I saw a lot of traffic. Not because there was an accident, not because there was a kind of collision, but just as a result of people
Fuel
queuing
stations
to get fuel. And instead of 4 lanes, the fuel queue took over about 2 lanes. And any disturbance on especially Lagos Road is going to cause a traffic kind of. So that one resulting to loss of time, loss of energy, and also loss of resources. Who knows that people will queue there for several hours, which could have been deployed for something productive. So they should look at all these things, but to so many things that affect the individual or citizen that does not make them to be more productive.
Right.
And since most of our resources or our economy is oil dominated, or we rely so much on oil. Even somebody who said granite, who says that we went to the market before we could get transport fare. All these things resolve around fuel. So I think the government should tackle it headlong once and for all. Even if that's what you are going to do, and one other thing, Nigeria will not forget you.
Right. Talking about the government tackling it headlong, we have some headlines here where the federal government has come out to say they can't borrow anymore to sustain importation, just as the NNPC is saying they don't have money to import fuel. Marketers are also saying they cannot import because of foreign scarcity and others. We're seeing NNPC saying, oh, we don't have money to import. Federal government saying they cannot sustain importation. Marketers saying Forex has affected importation. How then, in your own perspective, would we be able to navigate through this phase in order to avoid us buying fuel at 1,000 naira or 1,500 naira? Because that would not affect the people, the people at the helm of affairs, so to say. It affects the common man who is just trying to live each day. How then do you think we can navigate through this challenge and get past it?
Yeah, one of the things is to look at our international balance of payment and to see how they can, regulate it, so to say. It's not just for us. We are, just like they said, we are a consuming nation. We don't produce. And look at other areas that we have advantage in our mineral resources and all of that. And secondly, the issue of Forex, I've said it was in this platform, that it is high time Nigerians, even the NNPC, they begin to sell our what's it called, our crude oil in naira. It is high time they begin to sell it in naira. Yes, they said they want to start with Dangote, buy crude oil in naira. What of the international community? You come and use our naira, you will see that naira will become sought after, not just in Africa, but all over the world. OPEC, they want a quota of our crude oil. Let them come and use their naira. They bring it here, and you see that all those we are looking for dollar to buy this. One senator once asked me, he said, when you go to Dubai, did you spend naira there? I said, no. He said, when you go to US, did you spend pounds there? I said, no. He said, why? Because they want you to spend their money. Just like I'm here in Kigali, I had to change to their money. That's one of the things to boost their economy. And secondly, Nigeria, we don't need to compete, but we need to complement our resources. We need to complement one another. We're just saying that in Rwanda here, it's just a visa free. You just come with your passport. I was actually seeing whether there's going to be a challenge at immigration, but it was and you can see people are coming in. So it's the same thing Nigeria can as well do. About 150, over 200 million population, the biggest black nation, on earth. People will love to come. So by the time you also by the time you also generate funds from the tourism, it also help cushion the effect or help you to have enough resources to run the nation or the governance, or to take care of whatever infrastructure deficit, whatever payment deficit. And also they should look at our exportation. I can tell you for free that most of the ship that brings goods or that brings product here in Nigeria, they go back empty. And that means they will have charged us twice for bringing the goods and going back. Empty. We pay for insurance, we pay for Forex, we pay for the passenger or whatever it is on the ship. There's nothing, they go back empty. So it is high time that even the government also invest in that area. Let's have our own ship. Go there, go and bring something. Say we are still relying on importation, so that we know that it reduces our cost, and not that we are looking for dollar every now and then. We want to pay, we don't have dollars, we don't have this. And for the marketers too, I thought Mr. President said that the subsidy is gone. Why are we still owing money? Why are we still holding a lot of things? So just like I say, looking as if the more you look, the less you see.
I agree. Before we lay this matter to rest, Sarah has hammered a lot on fuel scarcity, because NNPCL doesn't have the ability to import because of a lack of forex. Now, there's this headline on the front page of the Punch that says, Dangote refinery petrol ready for rollout. At this time when the NNPC can't import fuel, would you say this is a case of perfect timing, and does it excite you?
Yes, it excites me, because it's just like somebody who is trying to build a house and finally say, yes, I finish it, it's high time I'm moving. That excitement. And this is the refinery that we said that not just only to meet the quota that Nigerians need, but also international community. It's a good thing. I just hope that they don't frustrate it. For the past 3 months, they said to be ready in June, or they are ready in June, July, bureaucracy, because before the man came out and said, see, you guys are frustrating me. In fact, if you want to buy, let me sell for you and manage it. But we just hope that this is September, as they said. They should make it September to remember that finally we are not clamoring that there's no fuel. We have a refinery that can meet the need of any gas station in Nigeria. It excites me, and I just hope in the area of price too, they should also make sure it's reduced. Since now we are not saying that we are paying for insurance, international balance of payment, or is looking for dollars to pay the importer, or to pay for haulage, to pay for storage, to pay for ship, to pay for demurrage insurance, and all of that. So it really excites me. I just pray that it should be service to the nation. Well, I know he's a businessman, but a token can be added to it.
I agree.
We hope that it would actually not be sabotaged and things will go fantastically well. Now let's take a swipe from petrol scarcity to the hashtag End Bad Governance protest. Now we know that a couple of protesters were arrested and detained, from August 1st, if I'll target till the 10th of August, because it was supposed to be a 10-day protest. And there have been calls for them to either be tried and get over it. And over time, we've been getting reports as to how their trial is being postponed and what have you. But this morning, we have an update saying that federal government is set to arraign these protesters alongside a British ally today. First of all, I'd like to get your perspective on what exactly we should expect from this arraignment, considering the fact that they've not really come out to say this is what we are detaining these protesters for. Let's start off on that note.
Yeah, I just hope that they will walk the talk, since they have said that they want to try them, and let's see. Not just because one of the things that is causing congestion even in our station or prison is that so many cases of untried individuals that were arrested in the past. So if you have concrete evidence against, especially those who vandalize and destroy infrastructure and properties, yes, of course, you bring it forward, and we know. And if people that will be exonerated, then you apologize and let's move on. But delaying them, I'm sure that there's a political undertone in it. When anything happens, for example, we have the APC administration in the affairs of things. They will say that it is because of, I don't want to mention this other party. We know there are those people who are behind it, or they are the sponsor. Well, let's look beyond that, and let's be patriotic for once. Let's try them, and let us also give them fair hearing. And whoever that is found culpable should face the wrath of the law.
Right. Yeah. Just a quick follow-up question now. Going into the details of the story. Now, Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun, in a 6 counts, and in a charge sheet, accused the defendants of treason, destabilizing the country, intimidating the president, and destroying the NCC in Kano State. They also accused the protesters of acting in concert and conspiring with the intention to destabilize the country to commit a felony. Seeing what happened, now they said this is from the 1st of July to the 4th of August, by extension the 10th of August. Seeing what happened during the End Bad Governance protest, I'm sure you monitored it to an extent. Would you classify any of those instances as a sort of treason, destabilizing the country, or intimidating the president? I understand that in Kano State it got really violent, and that is very understandable. They destroyed properties, burnt, lives were lost. But in other parts where they held peaceful protest, would you classify this as all of the things that they are being, that the case file is tagged as?
Yes, somehow, because it's not just based on the action of that day. There won't be, without, how do they say that there's no action without a reaction? I'm sure, I don't know whether you lay your hand on some audio and all of that, saying we march into the Aso Rock, we chase out those people, inside the assembly. We are ready. It will be fire, preparing the charge. And those that were arrested, I don't know whether at the point of destroying the property and all of that. It's just based on that. You can charge them for that. But if police have some evidence saying this is the audio file, you said this, now there are some places, especially even in Lagos, where camera have been installed, and some people, they just make a statement carelessly, or they just want to join the bad wagon just because we are talking. I'm sure you remember a Nigerian woman based in Canada, who are saying that a tribe should be poisoned, should be, all those things. I'm sure police should have those things before they could prepare a treason charge against an individual. I'm sure that one is just a general charge. So it now becomes giving of fair hearing to those that were arrested, and to justify, did you do this? And they play before them. And I'm sure it's not all of them, but I'm sure those are just an harmonized sheet charge that were read, that were released, and say these are the things that you are found culpable of doing. So just like I said, they should be given a fair hearing, and those who are found culpable should face the wrath of law, just as we are saying concerning the Nigerian woman based in Canada. Maybe because he don't collect passport, if he talk anyhow. But but thank God, even the Canadian government, they are looking into it, and so that's how it should be. So I'm sure that the police will not just come out. One thing I also know the police for, if they want to do a thorough job, they will do a thorough job. But if they want to do blue, as we put it in our quote, sometimes they also do.
All right.
But that's just the way it is, yeah.
Okay, so let me draw your attention to this other headline on the front page of The Guardian. It says, despite elusive $7 billion intervention, federal government to inject 1.2 trillion naira in TCN and discos. Now, my question is, why is the discos receiving allocation from the federal government? Is it not private run? Is it not the discos? Are they not privately run? What's happening here, though?
Yeah, when we talk about subsidy, it's not just meant for petroleum marketers alone,
okay,
or NNPC. Yeah, there are some subsidy, even in medical field. I know if you are bringing medical equipment, as expensive as they may be, as fragile as they may be, there's a kind of remuneration. You might not be giving the money, or let me call it a waiver, if you are bringing some certain equipment into the country. So I'm sure it's because of that I extend what is going on in DISCO is so deep, because GENCO will produce, let's say, 10,000 megawatts, and DISCO does not have, let me put it, a storage facility, so that our audience can understand, to absorb those 10,000 megawatts. And GENCO is expecting you to pay their money. And so federal government has to come in between and say, okay, look, if they can generate this, use it to increase your capacity, so that Nigeria, because where two elephants fight, is only the grass that suffers, So don't let our people be complaining. There's no constant light. There's no, even if it's for 12 hours, so that we can make use of it. So I'm sure it's not today, day two, they've been clamoring for subsidy. Even the aviation sector, they've been talking about it. Please, government comes to our aid to import some certain thing. You will pay import duty, you pay in dollar, you buy dollar forex, you buy so many things, and every a year you must go for a particular check. Every 3 years you must go for a type C check. Those are the things cost for, and sometimes because of the bad weather, they won't be able to land. They have to over the air for like an hour, or go to a neighboring state to go and park. All those expenses and costs are not being taken into consideration, unlike the other states. So I'm sure it's the same thing that happens to them, bringing in their things, what they are going to pay, heavy duty, and reduce them. It's not just about giving them the cash and all of that. At least I'm privy to that.
All right. So before Sarah comes in, comes in, if the discos are enjoying subsidy, don't you think the consumers, Nigerians as well, shouldn't be made to pay so much for electricity? Don't you think?
Yes, I think, but can I shock you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigeria still among the country, let me talk about West Africa, or let me just limit it to that, that pays one of the low, what the word where should I use now, that we don't actually pay for exact amount of kilowatt that we enjoy.
Okay.
Other clients, they pay so much by the time you do the conversion and all of that. Even petrol that we use that, to run our transportation sector. The last time I was in, I think in Johannesburg, and a friend of mine took me to the filling station. As a journalist, my instinct I was looking at how much they sell per liter, and I was trying to convert the money. It's still way than I think I was saying something like 1,002 when we are still doing about, of course, their is higher than us, so that may play, but I'm sure it's not because we should enjoy it. We are enjoying it. It's just some people that sabotage refined good products that are being brought into the country. They will sell it. In fact, Nigerian pay subsidy for other nations. That's why that it looks as if we pay more than what we produce.
Okay. Very, very disturbing there. But just before we go, in about 1 minute, I would like you to just touch on this. Front page of Daily Trust has it. It says 21 million naira jumbo pay. Serap sues Godswill Akpabio Abbas for fixing National Assembly running costs. Can you give us your perspective, what we should expect from this in 1 minute, just before we go?
When the purpose of a thing is not known and abusing is inevitable. When you are given liberty to do whatever you like, of course, you want to draw so much jumbo pay for your running costs to your office. Even you might even be saying you want to pay for something that is so minute as a toothpick, or something that is so minute as some other thing. So what do you expect? Because they have their free hands into the coffer, so, and they don't, they are not accountable to anybody. So what do you expect? But I think they should be patriotic, and they should complement instead of driving Nigeria into unbearable cost of running governance.
Right. That's I like the fact that you're able to answer that in about 1 minute.
Yes.
And it was very valid. Thank you so much. We have to wrap up with you this morning, but it's been a delight speaking with you, Adeniyi Ifetayo. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
Thank you. It's my pleasure all the time.